Hey there, YouTube yogis, Tina here. Welcome to Tina's Yoga Room. Subscribers, thanks so much for coming back. And you might think about subscribing right down there if you haven't yet. Today's class is going to be more of a full-length class, but it's not going to be anything advanced. So a nice, easy flow will definitely get the blood pumping, but overall, a pretty gentle Vinyasa flow class. We're gonna start exactly as I am, cross-shinned, right shin in front of the left one. And just sit up nice and tall. Kind of rock yourself side to side, make sure you're nice and grounded. And just let the hands rest right down on the legs. The eyes can close if that's something you're comfortable doing. Take a couple of deeper breaths here, fuller inhales, and really sigh out those exhales. Get more grounded with every exhale. Feel this nice natural rhythm of your breath. And then we'll begin to move more with the breath. So bring hands to heart center, tuck your chin to your chest, blink the eyes open. And then inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead, draw a big circle, gaze will lift. And exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now let's walk your right hand off the side of the mat. Left arm will reach up and then continue leaning all the way over. So notice if you tend to fold inward towards your body or the mat and see if you can open yourself up. Also keep the head or the ear closer to the arm instead of just letting the head hang down. And then as you walk yourself back up, take that left hand, let it cross over to the right leg. Now you'll float the right arm up. We're twisting towards the right. Arm can reach back behind you or simply tap it down. And you'll find your breath here again. So use the inhales to sit up nice and tall. And then the exhales, see if you can twist a little deeper. Now the right arm is going to reach up, turn to face forward and cross right arm over the left. So you'll pick up the knees, draw them in, curl in, nose towards the belly. Now as you come forward again, we'll keep the cross but hover the arms off of the legs. Take an early eagle bind, wrapping the arms. And if this is a little too much, you can just let the forearms come to touch. Moving more with the breath, inhale to lift the arms and gaze. Take a dive up and back. Exhale, curl it in. So elbows in, chin to chest. Inhale takes you up and back again. And exhale to curl. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Then inhale, just back up to center. Let the arms go nice and wide, press the walls away, and then the hands will come out in front of you. So you will listen to your hips to see how far you can go in this forward fold. You'll just simply walk the hands out in front of you. You might be able to walk them so far that the elbows come down towards the mat, and then just let your head go. So feel some space being created in the outer hips and into the low back. And then walk yourself back up. So from here we come to tabletop. Roll yourself forward, hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, feel the space between the webbings of each finger. And now let's take your right foot, step it all the way to the back of the mat and press the heel down in a backward motion so you get some length in your calf. At the same time, you're pressing the mat down and away from you so you get nice and strong in the shoulders. And now let's float right leg and float left arm. So an inhale here to lift thumb, gaze, and heel. And your exhale to curl in, knee to nose. Inhale again to open up. And exhale, curl in. Take your time here. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. In. And exhale. Inhale everything long, take that hand down, drop the right toes to the back of the mat. So now you're going to kickstand this left shin wider and drop the right heel at center. Right arm can now float up and you circle out that wrist. Now this next piece is one of my favorite stretches. Take that right arm and just let it fall behind you. You'll press the heel of the palm high towards the ceiling and extend through the fingers. Then take that right arm straight up and then reach it all the way beyond the top of the mat. So a nice long side angle. If you want to work towards balance here, lean into that left hand and float the right leg. Then let's come all the way down, two hands to the mat, both knees. Give a quick circling of that left wrist. And then you'll tuck those toes under, let the hips go high for your first downward facing dog. Take some time to settle in here so you can bend into one knee at a time. Let the hips sway side to side. Give the head a little shake. Find that deep breath. Set a gaze behind you, neck stays long. And then inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. On the inhale, walk the feet to touch at the top of your mat. And an exhale to forward fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing, a big sweep of the arms. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, those arms sweep up. Exhale, take your forward fold. Find your high plank pose on the inhale. And let's take low plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, pull your heart forward and lift the crown of the head. Down dog, exhale to breathe. Inhale, again, lift your heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, feet to touch again, top of mat, and exhale, fold. Come right back up to standing. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees as you sink the hips, and let's find a chair pose. Hands are going to interlace behind the head, and let those elbows press nice and wide. Inhale, lift the heart, and on your exhale, curl in. So chin towards the chest, elbows towards the face. Inhale again, open up, and exhale, curl in. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Then find a neutral spine, but keep the hands behind the head. Take it into a lower chair pose, so sitting back in the hips, press those elbows towards the ceiling now, and press the head into the hands so the neck stays long. And then we'll straighten the legs, forward fold. The elbows can fall in towards the face to traction out the neck. You can also just let the hands drop down. And then allow those hands to fall down to the mat and take your step back, high plank pose. Exhale again to find your low plank. Through upward dog and meeting in downward facing dog. Right leg into the air, three-legged dog. You'll stack the hip, bend into the knee, roll yourself open. Let that right knee get a little higher, and then you can make some circles with the right ankle. Then straighten that right leg, take a look forward and step right foot to the top of the mat. Keep the back heel lifted as we come up, inhale, high lunge. Reach through the fingertips, but pull the shoulders down your back. And really commit to the lunge in that front knee. Now let's take the hands behind the back of the head again. Press the head back into your hands and the elbows are wide. Straighten through this right leg. Squeeze those inner thighs together. You'll feel the left hip come forward. And now take a twist to the right. That left elbow is going to want to swing out in front. Keep it pressing back. And then face forward again. And then both knees are going to soften and bend. So moving between those two shapes. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, face forward. And exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Last full round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to bend and hold for a count of 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs and the arms. Bend into just your front knee and transition to a warrior 2, dropping that back heel down, gazing forward. Now front leg will straighten again. Flip that front palm, take it up and back to reverse your triangle pose. So really long for your right side. Keep the navel hugging in to resist your back bend. Now we'll come forward to your warrior 2 and one step further, glide outside angle. Right elbow down, left arm over. Just like that very early pose, we're rotating the heart higher towards the ceiling. And now we're going to move between those two poses. So your next inhale, straighten the leg, windmill the arms up and back. And exhale, come back to a bent knee, side angle. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, side angle. 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take a look down, return your hands to the mat, and your right foot will pick up to step back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a look forward and we'll return to sit. So this time you'll have your left shin in front of the right shin. We're going to take that opening sequence again. Hands can rest down on the knees. Sit up nice and tall. You could once again close your eyes. Come into this space noticing how the breath has changed. Try to lengthen and steady out the breath. And then gently blink those eyes open. Let's take an inhale breath to reach the arms up. And an exhale, hands at heart center. Now take your left hand off the side of the mat. Right arm up, big breath in, and you take a lean out towards the left on your exhale. The gaze can shift under that lifted arm. And again, rotate yourself open. As you come back up, we'll cross right arm over to that left knee, twisting left arm up, and the exhale to reach that arm straight back or let it release down. As you come back to center, lift that left arm and cross it all the way over to that opposite knee. We'll take a hold of the knees again, rock back, allow the chin to tuck in, get some space for the upper back. Now come sit forward, keep the cross of the arms, but hover them. Find your eagle bind. Again, you could always just have forearms touching. On the inhale, let's take a lift up and back. And an exhale to curl in. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, curl. Nice and controlled. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then come right back to center. Let the arms unravel, and then the hands will come out in front of you. So listen again to your outer hips to see just how far you're going to walk out. You might have extended arms, maybe a bend and elbows are down. Find your comfortable space where you can still breathe and feel a stretch. Then walk yourself back up. And we'll come back to your tabletop. Transition through to your hands and knees. And then extending that left leg, foot is down, press back through that left heel to get some length behind the leg. Now let's float that left leg. Right arm is out. Take an inhale to lift and your exhale to curl in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Then inhale long, lower that hand down, kickstand your right shin a little wider, drop the left toes down, take the heel to center, and now that left arm can float. Give a circle out. And now a straight left arm, let it drop all the way back. Extend through the fingers and press the heel of the palm higher. And then inhale that arm up and exhale, let it lean all the way out in front of you. So grounded side angle pose. Keep pressing the hips towards the left side of your mat. Going for balance, lean into that right hand and lift that back leg up. Then let's lower hands and knees down to the mat, tabletop. Give a quick spin out of that right wrist. And take a step back to your high plank pose. High plank, inhale. Exhale, take your low plank. Upward dog with your inhale. And downward dog for the exhale. Now walk the hands backwards to the feet so you'll be at the back end of your mat. A little wrist release here. Let's take a walk with the hands over towards the right and bend as deeply as you can into that right knee while that left leg stays nice and straight. Release the head, give it a shake. And then we swap, so bend the knees, pass through center, and then as you take the hands left, just extend through that right leg. Again, let the head go. And then come and take it back to center. Soften the knees a bit, hands to the hips, and an inhale to come all the way up to standing. We'll find tree pose at the back of the mat. So you'll hug your right knee in, and then allow the hip to open as the knee goes to the side. Foot can go above the knee or below the knee. If you're working on balance, just kickstand it on the mat, and then hands find heart center. If you'd like to reach, those arms can sweep up overhead. Furthermore, interlace the fingers and press the palms to the ceiling. Hands can lower back down to heart. Extend this right leg out in front of you, give a little spin, and then step that foot about halfway up your mat. We're going to bend into both of your knees, and now that left ankle will rest on top of your right thigh. So it's a figure four. Taking this further, it would be like chair pose. You're sinking deeper into that standing leg, letting the hips kick back. Inhale, we stand up tall. Straighten that left leg, give it a spin. Drop left foot all the way at the top of the mat and bring the top of right foot down behind you. So the arms will go wide and then take an interlace at the low back. We're going to lean into this left foot, keeping a straight right leg. Just float that leg. So strong, strong hamstring here. Keep the chest lifted, and now the arms might float. So a variation of a dancer pose. And then release to center. Inhale those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's take it through Vinyasa. Sweep up, inhale. And a forward fold, exhale. Find your plank pose, step back. And transition low plank, upward dog, and downward face. Settle into the breath. Keep the fingers wide. Now that left leg will float into the air, three-legged dog. Stack the hip, bend the knee. So we're working on floating that left knee higher. You can circle out the ankle. And then prepare, look forward and step. Left foot inside that left thumb. Back heel stays lifted. And we'll take the arms up into high lunge. So you want to really bend into this front knee. You might wiggle back toes back, soften the shoulders. Hands will basket behind the head again. Take the opposite thumb on top. Press the head back and let those elbows draw back. Now straighten the legs. Squeeze the inner thighs. Feel that right hip come forward into alignment. And then take a twist left. With the breath, inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And twist. Last one. Inhale. Bend. Let's hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Extend legs and arms, then rebend front knee to find your warrior 2. Drop that back heel down, soften the gaze forward. Now straighten that front leg. Let's reverse your triangle. Left palm up, reach it back. Then we'll come all the way back out to your warrior 2. Take it further to side angle. Left elbow down, right arm up. And then between those two poses, so big shape, inhale, windmill all the way up and back. And exhale, come back to your side angle. Inhale, up and over. Exhale to bend. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And side angle. Look down, hands to the mat. We'll step left foot back, high plank, Vinyasa, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk those hands backwards to the feet, hands to hips, and an inhale, come all the way up. We'll take those balances to the other side, starting with tree pose on the left. Let that knee open out, and then same place for the foot, above or below knee. And then hands at center. Once you're steady, arms can sweep up. Furthermore, interlace fingers and let the palms press. Hands back down, extend leg, give it a shake, and then step it midway up your mat. A bend in both knees, the right ankle rests on left thigh, figure 4. And then you can take this a little lower, let the hips sink, some space for outer right hip. Steadily rise, extend right leg, and then right foot top of mat. Bring the top of your left foot down behind you, so you do want the hips facing forward. Arms go wide so they can interlace at the low back. We're keeping nice and tall here in the torso, so roll the shoulders down, take a lean into that right foot, and float a straight left leg. So as you're lifting that left leg, you're also lifting your chest to the ceiling, so you've got some nice spinal extension. And then release, foot down, hands can find heart center. Take a sweeping breath in, reach up, and an exhale to forward fold. Find your high plank pose and take it to your low plank. And upward face and downward facing dog. Now let's look forward and come to sit. Start with 2 straight legs. And then we'll take this right foot into the inner thigh. So you've got your seated tree pose. Finding a twist, the arms reach up. Twist over towards the right, drop that left hand down. Then we're going to take a side lean. And then you'll come back up. That right hand will land behind you for a quick twist. And then further, left arm up and back. Press those hips higher towards the ceiling. Sink those hips back down, turn to face forward, and we'll take the forward fold. So sit nice and tall, face the left toes, and then take your lean out and fold. Now come all the way back up. Let's take this right foot, keep it exactly where it is, but you're pulling your left foot in, so you've got that left shin in front. We might come to a half lotus by taking this left ankle on top of that right thigh. Now if this isn't working for you, you'll just have that leg in front like we did earlier in class. So I want you to focus on forward leaning, so you're not letting the hips drop back, you're sitting up nice and tall. One hand to foot, one hand to knee. Pull your heart forward, crown of the head up. Now the hands can come out in front of you. And I want you to really listen to that outer left hip. You could walk a little further down. Now if you notice that this left knee is really, really hiked up, I suggest just holding underneath that knee and sitting tall. And then we'll all walk back up and we'll take a counter twist. Left hand back, right hand to that left knee. Take a peek over your left shoulder. Turn to face forward. We're going to pick up this right foot and let the ankle come right out from the knee, and the knee is right out from the hip. So hold on to this foot, press your heart into that leg so you're sitting forward on the hips, and then you can work on extending that leg. So variation of your heron pose. This next piece is always a little fun, less reliance on the hands. Keep that leg lifted, but now release the arm bind and you have a super heavy left leg. Now let's drop that foot down, take the right leg out, give both legs a nice little shake. And then we'll come forward, Vinyasa, hands top of mat, feet step back plank, exhale, low plank. Upward face, and downward facing dog. Take a look forward. Let's walk the feet to touch at the top of the mat and take a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take this right foot and step it all the way to the back of the mat. And the left toes now come in, so you've got 2 parallel feet with the toes kicked in. Hands to hips. Let's lift the chest on your inhale and roll the shoulders back and down. Squeeze those elbows in. We're going to take a fold here, so feel all of this space at the chest. And as you fold, try not to lose any of that space. This is your B variation with hands staying at the hips. Let the head go. You can always find A variation, hands down on the mat. Now find straighter arms with hands out in front of you, and we'll bend into your right knee. Right hand can walk over with you to help with balance. Inhale, back to center, 2 straight legs. And exhale, take that side lunge into left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lunge right and pause. Left hand comes to your hip or the small of your back, and we're twisting open towards the left. Left hand down, come back to center, and we'll take that directly to the other side. Lunge into your left knee, right hand to hip or low back, and then turn yourself towards the back of the mat. And then back down, 2 straight legs. Give the knees a little shake, pedal the feet out. Hands to hips. Let's come all the way up with a flat back. Turn to face the top of the mat. Shift the left toes to face forward and re-step to the top of the mat, Namaste. A breath in sweeps the arms up, and your breath out to forward fold. Breath in steps you back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. To upward face and downward facing dog. Now let's come forward to sit again. Starting with 2 straight legs, and then we pull the left foot in for your seated tree pose. Sit tall, let the arms reach. Twist left. The right hand finds the leg, and exhale, side lean. So reaching out for those right toes. Try not to collapse inward and down. Roll yourself open. Left arm up, and then drop that hand all the way back. Right arm up, reach back, and here's where you can add the hips. So stamping into your left shin, right foot, press those hips high. Return to sit and face over that right foot. Sit tall and take it into your fold. Walk yourself back up. So we're either going to take the right shin in front of the left for an easy seat, or you can work towards a half lotus where that right ankle is actually on top of left thigh. One hand to foot, one hand to knee, and just notice if you're rocking back, so lean yourself forward. And then if on the first side you had a hold of that top knee, you can stay there on this side. Otherwise, you can let the hands go out and take a walk forward into a fold. If you're folded, come back up. Taking a hold of right foot, press it out in front of you. Really press belly into the top of that thigh so you're sitting forward on the hips. Then you can play around with extending right leg. And then the good part, let the hands go. See if you can still keep that leg floating as high as it was when it was bound. Drop it down, straighten both of the legs, give them a little bounce. Then we'll come through our very final vinyasa. So once again, take it forward. Find your high plank pose. And exhale to your final low plank. And upward dog to downward dog. Shift around in this final downward facing dog. Take note of how the body feels compared to your very first dog. Now let's look forward, come to sit, and all the way onto your back. Take a hold of the legs, pull them in, give a squeeze and a rock side to side. Now let the left leg go long on the mat. Keep squeezing right knee in. Take that right knee across your body in a spinal twist. The right arm can go wide, or you might try bending at the elbow. It gives a different sensation for the bicep or the shoulder. Come back, straightening that right leg into the air, hold behind that thigh, and move around in the ankle, the toes. And let that right leg fall down. Hug the left knee in. Left knee crosses midline. Find your twist, left arm out or bent. Then come back to center, straighten that left leg up, hold behind the leg, move around the ankle and toes. and hug both knees into center. And finish class with a happy baby. Take a hold of the feet or behind the thighs and draw the thighs down. You can rock side to side. And then we'll settle into your Shavasana. So let the legs return long on the mat. The arms down by your sides. You can play around with feeling the palms face down or the palms facing up. See if it changes the energy. Take another deep breath in. Sigh it out. And enjoy these next few moments of rest. Start to take some little movements and come back to the space. Stretch the arms overhead and point the toes forward. Wrap the arms around your legs, give a little rock side to side. And land on your right side. Come up to a comfortable seated position. Hands at heart center. Thanks so much for joining in this virtual practice today. Namaste. If you haven't yet, please think about subscribing to my channel right down there and check out some of these other videos that I've got going on my channel. Most of all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later.